All right, Coach, thanks. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Tennessee Titans. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Right there. 53 on it. Here we go. 56, the mic, boys. 56.
On play action, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, yo. Check 24. Gun. 56 the mic. 56.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's got him in, Corey Davis. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mike, move, set. 6-yard. 56. He's coming. Double up.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Cousins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Cousins now from the 50. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
21.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
13. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Now Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm here all day. Switch.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here we go. Black 80. 2.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And his kick here is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check 52. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Gun.
56 to Mike. 56.
Bravo.
Bring it. Bring it.
They just do get the playoff. Now Cousins. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
11, 11. 12, fellas. Here we go. No.
56.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
1st down, 49ers.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
21. Hey, 5-7.
3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. 11.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And finding the tight end Hooper. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
180. We ain't giving up nothing today.
On 1st down, here's Breida. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They run the counter with Cook. And some room to work. Touchdown, Titans. Dalvin Cook, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Here we go, 50, Mike 50. All day, dog.
Following the interception, Cousins, complete. Smith has it. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Bud Dupree with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here we go. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Lucky. 65. 21. 52.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, alert! Hey, let's go!
On play action, now Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now arguably the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 35.
It's a gain of 25.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Here we go. 180.
56. Hey, tighten down. There you go. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
I got you. Shift. Watch the shift.
Here we go, 48.
Check 13.
Black.
4.
They start the drive with Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Let's go, D. Big Sears right here.
On 2nd down, Cook.
Go.
That one good for 33 and a first.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
Hey, flipper.
Bang.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
At the Niners' 30-yard line.
Choose the mic. Watch the curl.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Quick hitch, complete. It's Black. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Here we go, here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
At the 41-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Double dog, that's the way.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Check right, 56, the Mike, boys, 56, check, 56.
Hey, gun.
You ain't got nothing.
Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Two.
Garoppolo again. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
1st down, 49ers.
Go ahead.
50 seconds to Mike. Here it comes.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Push him back.
11. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
Here we go.
Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Back. 25, check 25.
Go ahead.
Again, it's Howard. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends.
56. Let's go, baby. Return up. Get that ball. Let's get that ball. Check 31.
I got this.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and goal from the 1. They run again with Breida. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal.
Check 24. Check 24. Check 3.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And Howard stopped short. He didn't get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And his kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
At the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 56.
Gun.
56, right there. 56.
Hey, we have you. Hey, wahoo!
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Throwing his Cousins. Well, it's complete to the former Niner, Delaney Walker. 17 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Check the backer.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got you, son. Hatchet.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Back now in Nashville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
SOS. 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 Slam. Slam.
Gun.
Motion. 552.
On second down, it's Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 13.
The Titans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off the play fake, Cousins. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a run with Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Sponge.
Hey, Steamer.
He's checking. Crash.
Quaker Omaha.
26. Check. Crouch.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Check three. Check 15.
Cook following the penalty. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
43-yard line.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever.
Kill. Turn up.
To throw, Cousins. And a throw there going to be incomplete. A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
36.
Black. Gun.
Motion.
Hey, Steamer.
Now Cousins on 4th down. Oh, no, he lost the football. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And that'll set them back 5.
Here we go. 180!
Here we go. Jim. 56, right there, 56.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Check.
Lock.
Check.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Jeffrey Simmons in there to bury him for a loss of 11. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. There's Garoppolo to throw. And it's caught. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Important extra point up and through, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team. Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Cousins. This one caught by Davis. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Cousins the thrower. Sets up the screen to Lewis. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Cousins to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down. Here's Cousins. This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal.
Switch up, switch up. Check, 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 check.
And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And McManus able to put it through. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Garoppolo looking to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the 49ers, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
just wanna be her. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I've been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like